Welcome to the video. It's been a while. It's been about 9 days, 8 or 7 days. Um, a couple things have happened. The main one is why I haven't been able to make videos is I was sick. So I ended up getting the cold, and I think it was the cold. I'm not 100% sure, but I was sneezing every 5 minutes for like the last week. But also, my throat was really bad. Like it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't the best. And so it wasn't like I could speak for 30 minutes or an hour before taking a break. So I was like, plus my voice wasn't the best. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait till I'm cured before making a video. So that was part of the reason I couldn't do. Oh, that's my washer going off. I don't know if you can hear. This is like third take because the washer's gotten in the way with it being too loud. So that was number one, really. Also, I didn't have a lot to talk about. And so I don't want to like make videos where you guys don't get anything out of it. So that's what happened is I've been sick the last couple days, so I haven't been able to get a lot of stuff done. A lot of stuff has been delayed, unfortunately, because of that. But also, January's always been like a slow month for me. I always ramp up throughout the year, so my best months in terms of productivity are the later half of the year in terms of trying to reach my goals and everything. Um, and of course, I still do. I still go towards my goals during January. I try to do stuff and everything, but it's not as I don't do as much compared to the other months or later months. More specifically, after the first 3 or 4 months. I guess that's just the way I am seasonally. I like the beginning of winter, but also not. I'm not as I don't like as much the end of winter, which is like January and February. I don't know if March is included in it, but but yeah, that's part of it because I know last year I had all these New Year's resolutions, but I didn't start working on them till the next month, 2 months, February or March is when I really started to start hitting it, start working towards my goals. Of course, that was last year. So we'll see how this month goes. But January is kind of like a hibernation period for me. But yeah, I was sick. That's why I wasn't making videos. A cool thing that kind of prompted me to do this video is tomorrow it's going to snow in Charlotte, which is amazing. That the 1 year I come down here, it's going to snow when it hasn't snowed the last 3 years. I think it was like 1,000 days since it snowed, which is like kind of crazy. Um, Crazy part is the it's a winter storm warning for where I'm at in North Carolina. Crazy thing is the storm warning, the winter storm warning doesn't go in effect till from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Charlotte. Crazy thing is I leave for work at 6, get there at like 6:20 or whatever, and then I work till 3:20, 3:30 or whatever. And then I leave. So it might not snow until pretty much 6, 6 or 7. No, not really 6, but 7. I live in the northern part of Charlotte. And where I work, Matthews is in the lower part of Charlotte. And so I drive from the northern part to the southern part, pretty much in a straight line, because we're both on the um, eastern part of Charlotte. At least that's where I'm not good with geography and where I'm at in Charlotte, but that's what it is. So I might, where my apartment is, might start getting snow in like 8 a.m. really, but already be in work. And since I'm in the southern part, it might take till like 4 or 5 for it to snow. So I might not see any snow where I work until it might not snow there until 4 or 5, or maybe even later, like 6 or 7. I think from what I was seeing on the alarm, because they sent an alarm to everyone who lives in North Carolina, Charlotte, but also in like northern states like Virginia. You can look up the winter storm. Basically, it by like 5 or 6, every part of Charlotte should get like 1 inch of snow, or a little bit less than that, which isn't a lot of snow. If I was in the mountains, like right now, I think tomorrow, or in Virginia, they're supposed to get like 4 to 6 inches of snow. Crazy, but it might take that long for where I work to get snow, so I might not see snow while I'm working, or it might snow there. geographic, weather prediction isn't the best. So whatever the term is, they call it meteorology, isn't the best. So it might start snowing at like 4 a.m. this morning where I live. So I might be able to wake up and see the snow. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I'll have to get up a little bit earlier so I can turn my car on if it's iced over or whatever, so I can defrost it because it might take a little bit of time to defrost. So I don't want to be late for work because that'll take points off or that'll give me points off. I almost consider taking the day off from work just for the snow and everything, but I do know that I'm already essentially halfway to my points to being fired. If you get 5 points, they have to terminate you. And so if I didn't go to work, it would be 1 point off. So I'm already at 2.5. So, and I want to save those days for if I'm really sick or if emergency happens or my car breaks down or something like that. Because it rolls over in a 6 month period. I don't know if I'm going to stay at Walmart by the end of the 6 months. However, I don't want to risk it because then my points are at like 3.5 and then I'm only a point. It's like 1.5 points away from being fired. They have to fire me. It's not like they can convince their higher ups to keep me to stay. No, it's Walmart policy. So I'll be fired. So I can't do that. However, it's just amazing to see snow. I don't know what they're going to do about dispensing because it's probably going to be colder tomorrow than it ever has been. And I can't handle it if it's under 20 degrees. If it's like 15 degrees, I don't want to dispense. Because the dispensing person has to stand outside for most of the day. And I was like, I can handle 30-degree weather. I have dispensed last week or so because someone called out for work, and so I was dispensing instead of them. And the other day, it was cold and I was dispensing, and it was in like 20-degree weather. So 20-degree weather, and it was raining. That's when my hands got really red, and I was like, I gotta come in or whatever. Thankfully, they give like 15-minute breaks every 2 hours, and then you get a lunch every hour. But I had to come in or whatever, and I was like, I got hot pockets or whatever. They had hot pockets, but even then, still, I had to come in because I didn't have gloves on. I wasn't expecting I was dispensing. Number one, number two, I shouldn't have to stay outside in 15-degree weathers. Of course, I had a jacket on and everything, so that wasn't the problem. Like it wasn't like I was getting hypothermia. Problem was, is I was like my hands were too cold, and so I might get gloves, or I can stick it out for the next 2 months because they don't always put me out in dispensing. If I'm prepping where I have to go out sometimes and help dispense, I don't have a problem with that. But when I'm outside for 3 hours or 2 hours before I get a break, really 2 hours, and then I get a 15-minute break, but that's still not good enough. Really, I need a 30-minute break for my hands to cool down. Then that's when it was like it was enough, and I was like, um, and they're like, well, management will see if you're no one's standing outside, and I was like, well, you can just switch people around, have someone be out there for an hour, have another person be out there for an hour. Um, but anyway, that was that and everything. That's probably why I got a cold. Was even though the cold is a virus that you can get, and there's a ton of people who are like sniffling, coughing and everything right now because it's cold season. So probably my coworkers I got it from a coworker or whatever. But I was out in the rain while it was raining pretty badly for a while, and also it was 20-degree weather. But yeah, 50-degree weather is nothing. 30 degrees, I can get with and everything, but when it's like 20 degrees or 15, not no. Thankfully during the day it's not usually like that. That's most days right now in Charlotte. It's like 40 degrees, maybe 30 degrees really that's during the day. At night it gets down to like 15, 10 per 10, 5. So it's really cold out night. But I don't really go out at night or anything. Usually I'm by my apartment after work and everything. And even then I don't like going out at night doing stuff because maybe I'll make another video on that. But I prefer my sleep too. That's another thing. So I don't really have to worry about the cold at night. Of course, it's a pain in the butt because I got to defrost my car and everything. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But it might be when I'm driving home, it'll be like it'll start snowing, or I have to deal with snow when I come back from work. That's the problem. So I gotta prepare for that. I've never driven in snow before. It's a new thing and everything. But I'm so happy I get to see snow. That like instantly like bettered my mood and everything. But yeah, I also didn't get a lot of stuff done today. I'm washing my clothes. I cleaned up my kitchen and my apartment, but I haven't gotten a lot of stuff done today. Problem was is I didn't have any pans to cook because they're all dirty. Forgot to turn on the dishwasher. I got to turn it on tonight. So I was like, I'll just eat sandwiches. I don't like to eat out on my days off because if I do have to eat out, it's on the days I work because I'm super hungry for lunch. Um, because I walk so much. And so I'll be like, I have to get some food. But I don't like to eat out during the days I'm home, in my apartment for like the 2 days I get off, really from work. I get, because they're working me like 40 hours a week. I thought they would cut me down back to like 32 hours now that it's January, but I guess not. They had to fire like two people or whatever that they hired and everything. I found that out or whatever. They skipped too many days, so they had to fire them because of the point system or whatever. Um, but yeah, I ended up eating sandwiches today, peanut butter sandwiches, which it's been like 3 weeks since I've ate peanut butter sandwiches, which is kind of crazy for me because it's not like I eat out after work or on the days off. I don't really eat out, so I have to cook those days. Otherwise, I'm super hungry. So usually I cook, which is kind of crazy because he asked me like 2 or 3 months ago. I was not even cooking once a week, when I moved here and everything, even the first week in my apartment. But now it's like I'm cooking pretty much every single day. Of course, I use my air fryer, which makes it so much simpler. Um, but usually I'm eating. And so, but I ate sandwiches today. The problem with sandwiches is they spike my blood sugar up so high that eventually I have to crash. And the crash happens really badly. If you eat a lot of food, then you like get super tired and you want to sleep. That's what ends up happening to me. But I end up falling asleep. It's so bad that I end up falling asleep. Like I'll fall asleep on my carpet if my futon isn't out. Because usually you have to roll up a futon every single day. It's like a morning routine for me. But you're supposed to do that with futons, otherwise you get dirty or you can get mold and all that type of stuff. Look it up if you're interested on how to care for a futon, but you got to roll it up. So I do that every day. So last time I ate sandwiches, I fell asleep on the carpet of my room or whatever. This time I ended up falling asleep on my futon because I didn't roll it up. So that was like a double whammy. Um, so I ended up falling asleep on it and slept for like 3 or 4 hours. And it wasn't like I didn't get enough sleep last night. I ended up getting like 8 or 9 hours of sleep. And I woke up naturally because on the days I have off, I don't set an alarm. Um, I don't set an alarm. Normally I fall asleep by like 10 o'clock and wake up at like 6 or 7 on the days I have off. But today I got like 8 or 9 hours of sleep. I think I woke up at 8 today instead of like the normal like 6 or 7. But I got enough hours of sleep, so it wasn't that. But at like 12, I was making sandwiches because finally I was like, I'm hungry enough. So I'll just make some sandwiches. Ended up falling asleep. Crazy thing is, I had to eat sandwiches because my frozen potatoes fries, because usually I get frozen fries, not frozen potato, frozen fries in a bag from Walmart, and I cook that as kind of like a compliment to my meals in the air fryer because I just have to pour in the fries, put it on, put some oil, spray some oil, and then put it on for 15 minutes, and the fries are done and everything, and they're perfectly good. And so that's that. But I ran out of frozen fries, so I was like, I'll make sandwiches or whatever. But yeah, I ended up crashing. My younger self when I was in high school would eat peanut butter sandwiches all the time. I was super hungry at that age. My metabolism was super fast, like super fast. I was also running. I was on track for 2 years, swimming for one. So I was doing a lot of work, a lot of activity. My metabolism was really fast. I didn't eat out, we ate a little bit, and I couldn't really cook. So I was eating sandwiches. That was my meal, plus the cafeteria food would be my meals. So I eat a ton of sandwiches because I got to eat like 10 of them to be full. Right now, if I eat like, I think it's because the peanut butter I use is like pure peanut butter. It's just peanuts and salt that I get from Walmart. It's like a special brand. I only have to eat like 3 or 4 of them to be full compared to the ones if I get the normal Jif peanut butter or whatever. But yeah, I didn't get much done today because I crashed for like 4 hours. So from like 12 to 4 hours of sleep. Um, but I put my clothes in the washer, cleaned up the kitchen a little bit, cleaned up the bathroom. After this video, I got to do a little bit of work before I go to bed. I've done my skincare. Um, I did it up right when after I woke up like 2 hours ago, and this is like the third retake for this video. But I did my skincare, put my clothes in the washer, cleaned up the kitchen, and all that type of stuff. Cleaned up the room that I sleep in and everything. I did all that type of stuff. But that was like 2 hours ago. So plus I've been making this video. I spent probably like an hour on this video on the video so far because this is like the third retake. So after this video, I got to do some notes, some college stuff, but I also got to do some other stuff on hobbies and everything. So that's what's happened today. I've been slacking on my exercise, so that's something I need to talk about. I've been slacking on the exercise. I haven't done any marathon training because it's so cold out. Plus, it's kind of hard. It's just hard to do. I'll work on that, but also just doing like the normal push-ups, pull-ups. I haven't done them in the last week, 2 weeks since I got back from Christmas. So I got to pick that back up again. It's not like I've lost a ton of muscle because it's only been like a week, 2 weeks since I picked any of that stuff up, but I need to get back into it. So, but yeah, I think another thing I did, and this is a really thing, is I revamped my Obsidian Vault. More specifically, I created a new Obsidian Vault. If you don't know what Obsidian is, it's like a famous note-taking software. You download it onto your computer and you take notes on it. The good thing about it is none of it's linked to the cloud. Um, so you can, and they're really easy to copy your Obsidian vaults where you have all your notes. Um, you can just copy the files because what it does is it creates notes on files. So every note you create is like a file. Um, and so you can easily copy. You just have to copy like the folders your your Obsidian Vault. You just have to copy it. And it's free to download if any of you want to do it. It's like the equivalent to Notion. I know a lot of people use Notion as a note-taking software. I prefer Obsidian because it's off the cloud. No one can steal it or look at it or anything. It's completely private. You can copy it pretty easily, and you can also sync it to the cloud. What you can do is because it's just files, you can create your Obsidian Vault in Google Drive, and link Google Drive to your computer files. You can look this up how to do it. And so it's linked to the cloud if you have your Obsidian Vault in Google Drive, or if you pay the $15 a month to have the syncing to it, or if you want to publish it. I think it's in Markdown text. It's different than document text or Word documents whenever you create notes. It's really famous. I don't want to make a whole video on that. Maybe I'll make a video on my Obsidian process. However, my Obsidian process, I never learned a good way to organize my notes. So my first Obsidian vaults, I have like 3 or 4 before, for different stuff, but they were all messed up. I probably have done like 2,000 pages of notes, probably like 100,000 words combined in all types of notes. And those notes include notes on content I watch, books I read. It's on to-do lists. It's on achievements for the year, and other stuff. Personal notes like journaling. I do some of that. And so I have a lot of notes, but I've decided to create a new Obsidian Vault. And so I'm starting over fresh. Now, I didn't delete the old ones. I'll keep those in case I want to go back and look at it and everything, especially like the achievement ones, journaling ones. But I've completely started over scratch. I looked up how to actually like organize your notes so they're not all over the place, because that was the problem. They were all over the place and it was hard to find notes and everything. I had 10 different types of the same notes and all that and everything. So I completely decided to restart it, with the Obsidian Vault. I think I've taken like 1 or 2 notes on a YouTube video I've watched, or 2 YouTube videos I've watched. Um, so I've done that. Number one of them, I think one of them was on Brandon Sanderson's, which is a famous author. There's a YouTube course on, he talks about how to write a book or whatever. He's a famous science fiction author. I think one of the most prolific ones. He's probably one of the I think he's the most famous fantasy writer, sci-fi fiction. So basically, sci-fi fantasy. He's done both of those. Um, he is the most famous one in modern times, really, from what I can tell. He basically he works as a professor out of college part time. on a college on how to write, or a class on how to write a book, or his way of writing a book, um, how to outline it, what makes a good story, all that type of stuff. So I've decided to go over his course and take notes. It's like 10 hours. You can look him up on YouTube, but it's a free thing or whatever that he's done. But the college recorded all of his classes and put them up on YouTube. But so I've like started to take notes, actually like study his class and take notes during the class. So that's just something. And then the other note was on like college class stuff that I've taken notes on. Um, so I've done that. That's a new topic thing I did. But anything other than that, I haven't done much. I have to on Monday go to UPS to get my invoice that they send for plumbing and electricity, all that type of stuff, printed out. Because I'm gonna have to do it to show proof of residency living in North Carolina to get a new ID. I gotta get a new ID because my ID is about to expire. I tried to put it off. I've been putting it off till I can the most because my college classes they use an ID to know like, okay, that's you who's taking the test and everything. And so I have to show my ID every time I take a test at the college classes I take online. So I didn't want to have to deal with switching my ID on there, taking a couple days, not being able to take the test and all that type of stuff. So I'll have to do that. But I have to print out the invoice. I was going to do it today. I fell asleep. And then tomorrow I was going to do it after work, but it's snowing tomorrow. So it'll probably be, thankfully, it's only snowing for one day. By Saturday, yeah, it'll be Saturday. All that'll be cleared out. So then on Saturday, I'll go to the UPS. On Tuesday, I'll get a new ID. Shouldn't take too long. It's transferring over. I have all of my credentials that I need, so it won't take too long. Um, but yeah, that's it for the video, really. I don't want to add too much stuff to it and everything. That's pretty much an update of my life, really. But today's been a slow month with me being sick, but it's only been 9 days. So I'll get back to doing my exercise with the pull up bars, push ups. I probably lost like a half a pound of muscle so far. I don't want to go back to my skinny look or whatever, so I got to start doing that. I got to get pick up some groceries because I ran out of fries, like I said before. So I got to go pick up that frozen fries. I got to pick up a couple other groceries tomorrow. It'll probably be after work. I have to do it after work because I might not do it tomorrow because this is the problem is I don't want to waste up too much time and then because it's going to be snowing tomorrow. And the problem with that is I don't want to wait too late because by like 6 p.m. it'll be a ton of snow. It's been only like an inch of snow, so it's not a lot, but it's going to make driving a lot harder. So I want to get out of work as fast as possible. Also, there might not be a lot of people getting groceries tomorrow because it's snowing. I don't know how it will work. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's kind of crazy, but we'll have to see. I'm so excited for the snow tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't have anything else. Yeah, I know that was kind of abrupt, but I don't have anything else. Thanks for watching. You have a fantastic week, day, or whatever it is. Have a fantastic future. I have noticed this. Oh, I don't want to end the video. I haven't noticed this. I don't know what it's about me, but I get more tips than normal when I'm working as a Walmart dispenser because those are the people who see customers who dispense out people's groceries. So they're the only ones who get tips. And you're not supposed to get tips, but people give tips. It's just a normal thing. I've noticed it's a lot of older people, not younger people, older people who get tips, who give tips, which is nice. But I noticed that I get tipped more than like the average other dispensers. I don't know what it is. I think it's the halo effect. I think that's what it is. Because I'm more. I don't want to say this as being mean or something, but it's just I don't know how to say this. Look up the halo effect. I guess that would be it. But the halo effect is the more attractive people are, the less their flaws. People notice their flaws, for good or worse. It's just a human natural reaction. Like you're gonna trust someone who's more attractive than another person. That's why, like, if you're more attractive, it's easier to get jobs, you get paid more, all that type. all of it comes down to essentially like the halo effect for good or worse. And it's not like my coworkers are like ugly or whatever, but I'm just saying I think it's because I'm more conventionally attractive than my other coworkers in terms of that. So I think that's why I get dispensed more, or I get tips more when I'm dispensing. I think that was just a thing I noticed. But yeah, I get tips. I would say like every 2 days that I dispense, someone tips me, which is a lot. I mean, they don't tip a lot. It's like $5, maybe less, or a couple dollars, maybe $10. And I don't expect it or anything, but it's just something I've noticed compared to my coworkers who they don't get tipped a lot from what I heard talking to them and everything. But it's kind of crazy. But that was another thing that I noticed yesterday. This was why I noticed it. So Ramon had to go on break, which is one of my coworkers. Um, we got a late we got a late 15-minute break, or at least everyone else did. I didn't because I got there first. He got a 15-minute break that was like an hour later than he's supposed to. And he was like, I gotta use the bathroom, or whatever. And I was like, that's good. I walked outside and he was dispensing. And he was like, can you get the last order, whatever, three batch order, which is three grocery orders delivered by someone. So they put their groceries in their car and they drive over to people's houses. He's like, "Can you do it? I gotta use the bathroom. I can't hold it any longer because he didn't get his 15-minute break." And I was like, "Well, good for you. Get to go on your 15-minute break." And actually, it wasn't a three batch order. It was just one person's order. And so I take out this person's order that he was going to be taking out, and I load up his car. It was a lot of groceries or whatever. It wasn't a lot, really, for an order. And he ends up giving me a tip, which I was like, "You don't have to. Like, I don't need it. I get paid enough." He was like, "No, no, no. Here, you don't need it, but I think you would like it or whatever, something like that. I forgot. But he tips me or whatever. But that was the crazy thing because I was like, well, if Ramon he stayed there, he would have been the one to dispense the groceries, and he would have gotten the tip. I was like, would he or would he have not? And I was like, I don't know, but that's what made me thinking is like I got a lot more tips. I get a lot more tips than other people or whatever who dispense. And maybe that's it. I think it's because of the halo effect, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong, and maybe they get tipped the same as me, but they don't tell people or whatever, or they don't say, or they say less than they actually get tipped, or something like that. And like I said, it is a rare occurrence that you get tipped, maybe every couple days, or that you dispense, or like at least for myself. Um, and it's probably the same for others. So I don't know. That was just the thing I noticed. That would put me in a good mood that I got tipped or whatever. But yeah, that's what happened. So if he would have stayed and dispensed that last order, he would have gotten the tip. And it is what it is. But that was just something that kind of amazed me. I was like, what are the odds, the coincidence that I get sent out to take his spot or whatever, and now he has to use the bathroom, so he doesn't even decide to finish or dispense that order, so he lets me do it. And it's one of the only orders that someone tips or whatever. But yeah, that was just a thought process of mine. I don't really have anything else. But yeah, I haven't done much rest of the week. I mean, I've done a little bit of college work and other stuff, but it hasn't been a lot. I don't have anything else. I gotta put my clothes in the dryer. Gotta wash my towels too. I need to wash my towels. So I want to do it in one batch while I have to stay up a little bit later because it's gonna take them a while to pick up my trash because they didn't pick it up yesterday. So they'll probably take till like 9 or 10 today. So I'm probably not gonna get as much sleep as I would like because I gotta wake up at 4 tomorrow because I don't know the conditions for tomorrow. So I could have to wait to defrost my car. It might take 20 minutes for it to defrost my car. Um, so I'll have to do that. I don't want to be late to work because I didn't wake up early enough. So I got to wake up at 4 tomorrow. Maybe a little, I don't want to wake up at 3:30. So probably 4. Thankfully, I don't have to come in and work till 6:30. If they put me at 6, I'd have to wake up even earlier. So we'll see how it goes. My pans should be done washing, do the dishwasher so I can make some eggs tomorrow. I got to get some bacon also, not just that. I got to get some bacon, butter. Um, I'm good on bread. I need to get a couple more pounds of ground beef because I got about 2 or 3 pounds left, and I go through like a pound a day. Um, so I got to get that. I have enough cheese. I need to get some more oil spray. Um, and I might get some cake mix because I might make a cake for my birthday for myself. I don't know how we'll see it. I made a cake like a month ago, and I might try again. I might make a lasagna. I don't know. I haven't made lasagna in a while. And that's because I got tired of it. And my lasagna wasn't the best. It's because I didn't put much effort into it. Even on the days off, I'd only take like an hour to make it. And if I spent like 2 hours adding like pork and all that type of stuff, cutting it into like specific portions, cutting the onions right, and all that type of stuff, instead of them just being cut haphazardly, haphazardly, I probably could have made a better lasagna and everything, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. That lasagna would last me a while. But yeah, I also got to pick up fries. Anything else? I don't think I need to pick up anything else, really. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do have some stuff. I could make some pizza. I could make pizza tomorrow. I have some bread or I have some flour, so I can make the crust. I do have a lot of tomato sauce left, and I have a lot of mozzarella that I haven't used. I've been using the sharp cheddar cheese a lot, but I haven't. I had to get another bag like 2 days ago, but I don't have enough. I have so much mozzarella because I grabbed like 2 or 3 bars and like a pound of it because I thought I used it a lot more, but I don't because I stopped making lasagna. So we'll see how it goes. Um, that's it for the video. I know I said that before, but that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. It's a shorter video. I don't have much to talk about other than that. I could talk about news and everything, like what's going on with the general things in the news. Oh, another thing. My video, I remember this like a while ago when I was making the video. My library video got a ton of views, like a tour of my library that I did, that video where I went over my bookshelf full of books. That got a lot of views, like a lot of views. It's not my best selling. My best selling one was about the dual map training, which I still haven't restarted. Partly because it's super hard and it drains your focus like nothing else I've ever done. And number two, I just don't have enough time for it. Or I can't make the time for it, I guess would be the word. I could, but maybe we'll get back into it when I have more time and my college classes are finished. But that's my best video. My skincare video is no longer my best video. Um, but the library video got a lot of views, like a lot of views. Like not as much of my other, my dual back training or my skincare video, but those videos have been up for a while. And my library video would have only been up like a week when I checked it. And it already got like 200 views, which was a lot for my channel. So thanks for you guys for liking that video. I don't know what I could do about my library anymore. I could do about it. So that's like a one-time video. Maybe about the books I added to it, but I'm not really buying books recently. I have enough books to read to cover and everything. So we'll see. But I just wanted to mention that. Thanks you guys for watching and liking that video. That was the video that a lot of people liked because a lot of them watched that video. So if you did, thanks for that. Um, but that's it for the video. I don't have anything else to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys whenever. I don't like to make promises because I don't really keep them in terms of this YouTube channel. And so I don't want to lie to you guys and say I'll make a video next week or the week after. I don't want to lie about that. And I don't want to break my promise to you guys. So I've decided on that. As long as my YouTube channel stays a hobby, I'm not going to have like upload schedules because I don't want to make this channel a business, to make money off of it. I could use the money, but I don't want to do that because that kind of takes the fun out of making videos, at least for me. If I want to make content for a business or something like that, I would start a faceless YouTube channel and do something like that and just pump out content. Or I would write books because I see that's what I plan on doing. Is that's if I had to make money, that's the way I would do it. I wouldn't do it through YouTube. So that's it for the video. Thanks for you guys for watching. I'll see you guys whenever, I guess would be the best term. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am. My mood's way better because I know it's going to snow tomorrow. Not next week. Tomorrow it's going to snow. And I don't have anything prepared for it or anything. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna show my family and everything. I said I'd take pictures for them because they're in Florida and they haven't seen snow since we went to Utah when we vacation in Utah like 10 years ago. Um, so I'll take some pictures. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been a little bit of a shorter video. Thanks for watching. I keep shifting my chair back. Okay, I gotta end it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys whenever. I'll see you guys in the next video. That's what I'll do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.